Well, what about that, Senator Durbin? I mean, the fact is that what we now know from emails and other information is that there were 12 revisions of what the government's version of what happened was that night. And the first version said that there were elements of Al-Qaeda involved in this. They said it was an attack. The people on the ground said there was never any question in their minds that this was some sort of a spontaneous demonstration. And when the first version of those talking points came out, all of that was mentioned. And then at the end, you come up with this: there are indications that extremists participated in violent demonstrations. A totally different take on things. Why would they do that?
Bob, let's start at the beginning. What you're reading is emails provided by the Obama administration, 25,000 pages of email. There's no attempt to cover it up. Secondly, this was a squabble between two agencies, the CIA and the State Department, about the wording. The person representing the State Department happened to be Victoria Nuland, who has worked for Democrats and Republicans alike, at one time worked for Vice President Cheney. So she's certainly not a partisan in this exchange about how they're going to term this. Now, when it gets down to the point that Senator Ayotte made about Secretary Clinton, let me tell you, there are two things you should remember. First, there's been breathless, nonstop coverage of this issue by Fox from start to finish. And second, when the Washington Post looked at the assertion as to whether Hillary Clinton should be held responsible and what came out at the hearing, they awarded it 4 Pinocchios, which means the lowest level of credibility that you can possibly have. It is unsubstantiated, and yet the witch hunt continues.
And finally, Senator Ayotte,